because BeSt is not expanding again. BeSt is his macro tuck. I feel kind of embarrassed that I said that BeSt was getting his macro up last round when he played against Bacco. It's like, well, he's bringing his macro back up. But you know what? He kind of isn't. He's committing to a large late-game army, and he's not committing to bases. So if Lomo fends this army off, this could be it for BeSt, but the Zealots are going to be the big factor. BeSt is covered in sweat, and I think he will try to push in here soon to get rid of everything that Lomo has.
Arbor also flying in, so he might be going for recall. Very important when he goes for this recall. There is a science puzzle play. There is a science puzzle play. There is a science puzzle play. Arbor are going to be forced back just for that science. So like, I don't want to get recalled. I don't want to get. Please don't recall me. Please don't recall me. But wherever science was still flowing. Okay, finally pushes Arbor back. Arbor desperately afraid of being recalled. Now Goliath in play. Might get picked off. Oh my God, Terran boosters. And oh, BeSt. Oh, BeSt. Oh, oh, Matt just barely manages to recall in a position he did not want to recall at. Just, I have a recall, might as well recall. It's very close to Lomo's base here at the 6 o'clock position, but there are troops very close by to come in to help defend just in case. Oh, instantly floats away his command center. All of his SCVs go back, so not going to be damaged too heavily. Zealots also coming in at the north side, so BeSt's going to go in all in attack. Does not have Arbor Tech to support him at this point. He lost his last Arbor, instantly going to push back, just does not have enough. Too large a mine position, most likely. Meanwhile, Vultures again harassing in the 12 o'clock. How has BeSt allowed this to slip from his hands? He was 2 bases ahead, pure 2 bases ahead. Now going to go for attack at this 9 o'clock position with our tanks, mines. All these outs are going to try to come in very close. Instantly going to be pushed back with Vultures and mines, and you can tell the large Zealot army he has no gas. He hasn't been putting down any gas, no assimilators. He doesn't have any gas, not going to be able to produce any support troops. Just Zealots, and just Zealots are just not going to do anything for it. Just not going to be able to finish this for you at all. Lomo, meanwhile, not going to be able to retake his 6 o'clock, just float back the command center, continue mining there. He does have enough forces to defend himself, has tanks positioned there. Sweat pouring off of BeSt's nose there as we get in a close-up that was a little bit too gross for my liking. But now just Lomo actually looking more relaxed, where he's like, okay, just keep this up. I have this game. I'm just got to make sure I don't mess up really badly, and I'll be fine. And Lomo actually pinning some Dragoons and forces to the right, and plenty of mines. Still has a few science vessels in play to help him out. Arbiter again in play for BeSt. He's going to try to do something with this, trying to accomplish. He is going to go for recall. What's he going to recall? He's going to come in. He's going to have to recall something special. No recall yet. Oh, man, what is BeSt doing? It's like he can't even figure out what to recall. If he tries to recall the production, the huge defensive line most likely will halfway take care of that, and will also lead him extremely vulnerable. He's trying to take the base of the upper left hand, but there are drop ships just running around ready to take care of that, and BeSt just losing forces left and right, going to get himself harassed even more heavily. This 12 o'clock base, more Vultures coming in. There is going to be an Arbiter coming, 2 Arbiters into play for BeSt, but honestly, he's just not using them at all. It's like he's just running around fearing to do anything at all, going to get his base harassed, and really just has completely spiraled out of control for BeSt at this point. Is going to indeed go for recall at the 6 o'clock. There's not too much to defend. There are forces there. There are tanks. He's going to go for this recall. Going to manage to drop right on top. There are tanks a little bit too far away. Lomo is going to lose his command center. That's a definite fact. But meanwhile, Lomo has dropped at 12 o'clock. He's going to completely clean that up. Also, there did an EMP go off on those forces at 6 o'clock, and BeSt is going to lose everything here. And this is going to be very, very shortly away a GG by BeSt, in my opinion. This is over.
Indeed. Lomo's defensive line has saved him here. It's not like he was mining a lot there at the end anyway, but I am not even sure if he's mining at all at this point, but he does have that defensive grid, and he's taken out all of BeSt's mining as well. So I think it's only a matter of time. Siege tanks versus Dragoons, who do you think is going to win? And the Arbiter will be the deciding point here if BeSt can get an excellent recall. I'm not sure where he can recall without landing on mines or siege range of those tanks, but he's going to have to get a recall or something here. If he doesn't recall onto the production buildings or something, maybe try to force an elimination race, there's no way he's going to be able to win. He's trying to run his probes back up to get some more mining done, but it looks like Lomo is just flying around here. Whatever. Suicidal dropship. I'm going to win anyway. but there's still a huge defensive grid, and as soon as Lomo decides that he has enough troops, that has enough defense around his bases, he's going to push out with that entire tank line, and trust me, that's going to be a lot of tanks. He has tanks all over the place. It's really hard to tell how many he has because he has them so far spread out, but that's the beauty of this defensive line, that he has them so spread out. Doing another harassment of the 12 o'clock. I'd like to go back and find out how many times that base was harassed. But Lomo bringing all of his tanks to the front. I think he's going to inch this defensive line forward. Looks like BeSt doing a very similar kind of attack that he did earlier, but all the tanks are probably going to be brought into this game now. Lomo just defending as well as he can here and attacking at the same time. Another mine there from BeSt. BeSt has had some terrible luck with these mines today, and Lomo might actually lose another command center, but I don't think it matters. He's going to bring in his entire tank army to defend this. All the SKT-1 guys grimacing like, ah, come on, BeSt. Clutch BeSt. Like I said, BeSt isn't exactly the most clutch player in the entire world. Another harass of the 12 o'clock, and BeSt, I'm not even sure if he should consider running his probes anymore. They're all going to die anyway. Just let them run into a mine. Just get it over with. Euthanize the probes.
Every single probe at the 12 o'clock went down. No mining anywhere. Anywhere. 0. One base is ready, but just barely trying to build up some probes. How short until that goes harassed. More science vessels are being taken down, but they managed to EMP some forces before they die, and one actually barely managed to go and survive. Like, I'm not gonna die today. SCV is just being ready to, like, when are we gonna be allowed to mine? We have a job to do. Crap load of tanks on the field for Lomo. He's just keeping up his huge defensive line, defensive matrices on some of his tanks as Dragoons trying to come in, try to do some damage. But the tanks are not even sieged up. Still managed to clean up all the forces of BeSt, and BeSt is the last thing he has, in my opinion. Just a few Dragoons. Lost all of his zealots, but actually moving out in aggressive action with SCVs and tanks. He's like, got this, done. Gonna go for them probes at the 12 o'clock yet again, only with everything. Make probes and SCVs fight it out. See who wins, bitch. Mines going off into more forces. BeSt just, ugh. I'm absolutely freaking flabbergasted. My monocle has popped off. It's just, how did BeSt allow himself? I dare Holmes. Just horrible, really, how BeSt, it's just something you would expect from a player much lesser than BeSt's caliber, to be 2 bases ahead for quite a while and then lose this horribly. Gonna get the last of his forces killed by SCVs and tanks here, very close to Lomo's base. Has one single zealot running around, and he's gonna get scanned. So just moving up with tanks and science vessels. Jaedong's in there going, chewing his nails like, I am gonna have one more shot to do this. So, Hwasung-Oz, put all your hopes in Jaedong, and let's just hope BeSt Fantasy doesn't kill him. So, GG, guys, from Lomo. This is, yeah, just waiting for BeSt to finally GG and go get a towel.
Yeah, he definitely needs a towel. I was just getting ready to say that, actually. He's kind of talking to himself like, maybe I shouldn't have tried to expand at the 12 o'clock where I was harassed 15 million times during this game, where I had absolutely no defense or anything. And BeSt is completely disappointed himself. Just another disappointment, another footnote in the long string of disappointments in BeSt's career at this point. I mean, come on, BeSt. BeSt did get the win yesterday, but this is just downright embarrassing to lose that big of an advantage in this game by suiciding your troops into a defensive line that huge. GG from BeSt. Unbelievable. We are moving on to the ace match. You know it's going to be Jaedong, but I wonder who SK Telecom 1 is going to send. I have a hunch it's not going to be BeSt.
BeSt gonna have a time to put down a towel, and Hwasung-Oz are all hugging the bubblegum Terran, while Jaedong is gonna go, okay, let's do this. Gonna go and do some sort of funky, yeah, show off your navel. That's, yes, all the fangirls are screaming and want to go out there and lick them all over, but that's for another thing and for a more mature audience. GG, guys.
Let's do this ace match.